TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top-flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us.
Go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers.
Tiger talk.
Go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers.
Tiger talk.
Go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers.
Tiger talk.
Go Tigers, go Tigers.
You're now listening to Tough Tiger Talk with Big Q and the guys on the Pro Media Network.
What's going on, Tough Tiger Talk family? We in the building. Much love to the family members joining us. Sunday morning installment of Tough Tiger Talk. In this one, man, number 16 ranked Kentucky Wildcats improved to 6-0 by knocking the hell out of the LSU Tigers 42-21 going into this one. And hopefully, you're thinking that Coach O can get this one, family. Get this win and move forward, because it gets tougher going into the LSU season because you got matchups coming next Saturday up against Florida, who's ranked number 20, up against Ole Miss, who's ranked number 17, and then ultimately the big game, they get the bye and they come off the bye against Alabama. They're following Alabama, that's Arkansas. So losing two back-to-back contests against number 22 ranked Auburn, and then of course the undefeated Kentucky Wildcats, and the way that they did. Now, we knew it was going to be a difficult game going into this thing because Kentucky really feeling themselves, but my goodness, man, LSU really took apart in this matchup in this contest. 42-21 just ran away. And like I said, it won't get any easier going into the schedule with Florida next, and then Ole Miss, and then ultimately a bye week, and then followed by Alabama. So, and then couple that with the fact that we could have gained some ground with a win, being that Alabama also lost. So my goodness, LSU could free fall. They really could. This is getting to the difficultest part of the schedule. And right now we're on a 2-game slide, sitting up here at 3-3. So interesting to say the least as we get this thing rolling in this episode of Tough Tiger Talk. I appreciate y'all joining us. Please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And I appreciate you guys being here. Share the show links as well on your social media feed to other Tough Tiger Talk family members. In this one, even though Tough Tiger Talk is talking tough, LSU's not playing the part. They're not living up to expectations. And it's going to really get difficult. Like I said, we needed this win. To be honest with you, we really did. As we get the next 3 games of the most difficult on our schedule. So you can't beat Kentucky. Can you beat anybody else? We'll see. Coach O definitely in trouble, man. This could be problematic for LSU's football program in terms of Coach O sitting on top of this thing. And speaking of Coach O, let's hear what Coach O had to say after the post game, explaining what the hell happened in this one. Here we go.
All right, tough night for the Tigers. You guys came out and fought. Telltale the game was 330 yards rushing. Give Kentucky credit. An excellent rushing team. We knew that coming into the game. Obviously, we got to look at the film. We got to be more gap sound. We got to tackle and make plays. That was the difference of the game. Got to give credit to our offense. The offense fought. They ran the ball better. Came out the second half and fought. I thought our defense fought in the second quarter. They got up 14-0. Great crowd and all that stuff. We just couldn't sustain. Zach's team to get better. Stay together. Any questions?
The defense has certainly kind of been a strength for most of the season. I guess, what did you see that allowed all those explosive plays tonight?
Yeah, I think it's a matter of missed tackles. I think it's a matter of us getting out of our gap. Give them some credit. I knew they were a good zone team coming in. I think that sometimes we were out of our gap, and that was giving them either a cutback lane or a lane right in the gap where we needed to be.
And what surprised you out of tonight's results?
Say it again.
What surprised you out of the results from tonight?
The 330 yards rushing. I mean, I knew they had a good rushing game. But 330 yards rushing, we got to be able to do something to stop that. And I do like the way we ran the football with authority. I like the way Ty ran the football. I thought he ran the ball very well. We made some improvement on offense.
And after a game like this, just what did you say to your team? I mean, y'all have a lot of season left to play.
That's right.
How do you kind of address things moving forward?
Yep. Stay together. Stay together. It's going to be tough. I understand that. Stay together. And let's look at the film. Let's coach better. Let's play better. Let's get ready for Florida. That's all we can do.
And with just the tough schedule you guys have coming, I guess just what confidence do you have that things can turn around right now?
A lot of confidence. We'll go to work tomorrow just like I did and plan on beating Florida like I do every day. And that's not going to change. I look at that one game at a time, one day at a time, and that ain't going to change.
Yeah, I know you say every week you're fixing these things. Is the communication not getting through with these players because some of the same things are happening, the bad tackling, the gaps?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not translating from practice to the game.
Yeah. I think that some of the times that at the point of attack, we just got to be more physical. I mean, to be honest with you. And I thought last week we tackled very well against their running backs, not against their quarterbacks. This week we had some missed tackles. Now, we're not the only team that missed some tackles against these guys. They're very good. That doesn't mean that we should be missing tackles. We got to be more physical at the point of attack, and we got to get more hands to the football.
Coach O, during the post-game breakdown for what was just a disaster of epic proportions, LSU's defense just disintegrated. Of course, we know about Michael Stingley being out indefinitely, done for the year. But my goodness, LSU has a lot more other talented guys that have to step up and get this together. And my goodness, boy, you're talking about this, and you hear Coach O talking like he's steadying the ship. This is 2 straight losses here by LSU, and at the wrong time, because they're now getting into the portion of the season where it's the toughest. And I'm going to show you the schedule after I give you the statistics, but it's not encouraging. All right, so let's get into the team statistics here for LSU. Just destroyed in this one, 42-21. Never was truly in this game, man. Never truly was in this game. If you take a look at the first downs, LSU 22 versus 24, advantage Kentucky. Even though Kentucky was 2 of 7 on third down, they still were able to move the ball at breakneck speed against LSU's defense. Third down, LSU was 7 of 15 on third down. Total yards, 475 by Kentucky versus 408 by LSU. You see that LSU was able to throw the ball at 261 over the game, 22 of 38. And we'll get individual in a moment, versus 145 by Kentucky. But where they had it going, LSU did. It was some positives in this game, but the defense, man, if the defense could have slowed Kentucky down at some point, maybe LSU's offense could have caught up. But producing 21 points and allowing 42 is ridiculous. 147 yards rushing off 35 attempts at 4.2 yards per carry is encouraging. But my goodness, the defense fell through the floor. You can't allow, and then of course the statistic that I see, the negative statistic of the night, is 330 yards rushing on LSU. They rushed on LSU 45 times and averaged 7.3 yards per rush to 330. The man didn't have to throw the damn ball. If I can move the ball on you at 330, and Levis was added on to what Rodriguez Jr. had to do in the matchup, LSU's defense just disaster, just awful. And for many parts of the game, I thought, did we rehire Jimbo Fisher here? Did we bring back man, excuse me, man. Listen, man. This is terrible, man. I can't say nothing. This is terrible. Did we bring back Bo Pelini? I mean, damn. Wasn't Durante supposed to come here and change all of this, family? I mean, seriously. The LSU's defense, wasn't Durante Jones supposed to change this stuff around here? Is it him, or is it Bo Pelini still running the defense? My goodness. 330 yards allowed rushing by the LSU Tigers defense. I have to take the fighting part out of it, because at this point, they're not fighting a damn thing. They're the submissive football team right now. It's not the LSU Fighting Tigers on defense right now. It's the LSU Submissive Tigers right now. 330 yards allowed rushing on 45 attempts, averaging 7.3 yards per rush. You won't do anything with that. And of course, you've seen the penalties for 18 non-existent, really nothing much on it. One turnover there, which was a fumble lost by LSU. But you can see that Kentucky dictated the time of possession. And when you're running the ball at 7.3 yards per attempt, you're going to control the clock to a large extent. And they did that and stole some opportunities away from LSU. And LSU really, truly wasn't in this contest. Now, as you've seen Coach O, when he was talking about early on about he's going to prepare to get ready, that's not good enough, Coach O. That's really not good enough going into this thing. We can't keep having these melancholy responses. Somebody got to get fired up and do something. LSU is 3-3 and 1-2 in play, and we knew it would be a difficult matchup. Kentucky is not the same doormat that they've been over several seasons. They've incredibly increased and became a issue for the SEC East. But listen, still in all, LSU, it shouldn't have been like this. If we run the ball and play defense, we're in this game, we could play with them. It wasn't like they was throwing the ball all over the field. Let's look at the individual statistics for the Tigers in this one. Max Johnson was 22 of 38 for 261, averaging 7 yards a throw, which is encouraging. He had 1 touchdown in the matchup, but that was it. The LSU rushing attack had 147 yards combined, 35 rushes. That's pretty good performance, 4.2, but nothing else as well. TD Price was doing his thing, 22 carries for 147 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, his best performance of the season. Hopefully we can carry that on, averaging 7 yards per carry. Even Armani Goodwin got going, 4 carries for 18. He averaged 4.5 yards per rush in that thing. So he did a pretty decent job, despite the fact that Max Johnson had minus 23. So the numbers could have been a lot higher in terms of them rushing the ball, and which kind of spiked TD Price's rushing yardage was that 30-yard run that he had. So some positives here, but a lot of negatives as well. Okay, Kashawn Booty, 8 catches for 73 yards, no touchdowns. Malik Neighbors, 3 catches for 66 yards and 1 touchdown off of what he did. Brian Thomas, 3 for 45, 3 for 39 for Jahray Jenkins, 3 for 20 by Jack Betch. And really only touchdown through the air was Malik Neighbors' score. Outside of that, you look at the defense for LSU. Damone Clark was all over the field, 14 tackles in this game, 1 tackle for loss, but really nothing else to speak of in terms of LSU's defense. Only 1 sack on the day, a half a sack by Ali Gay and BJ Ojulari in the attempt. It was a disastrous situation of epic proportions in terms of how the defense played in this thing. And of course, you look at, it's just the sky fell on this team. I mean, LSU, my goodness. That's why I said, is Bo Pelini still in control of the defense? Where's Durante at, man? I mean, there is really, you thinking that, okay, he comes from that tree that's affixed to, defensively, I'm at a loss of words. You can't allow a team to bushwhack you with 45 carries for 330 yards and then pile up 3 damn rushing touchdowns on you from the ground. And Chris Rodriguez Jr. just ran all over him. Everybody ran all over, to be honest with you. Rodriguez had 147 yards off of 16 carries in the score. And then Smoke had 12 carries for 104. So everybody got it. Can you want to run on him? Yeah, I'll run on him. And that's how it happened. Even the big quarterback Levis had 75 yards off 11 carries for 2 rushing touchdowns on them people. Then he threw 14 of 7. Where was the defense in the secondary of stopping Levis from even throwing the ball? He had a very easy day on LSU. 14 of 17 for 145. The guy threw for 3 touchdowns, and he was 8.5 every time he threw the damn ball for a QB rating of 90.3. Then you only had 1 sack on him right there. It was just ridiculous, man. Wendell Robinson, their top threat, had 8 catches for 60 yards, and he had a touchdown in the matchup. And their defense was flying around the field making plays against LSU. So really pushed up out of here, man, in a major way as we go down. And like I said, the difficult part about the whole damn thing is you're dealing with LSU. We needed this Kentucky win. But now that you've lost to Auburn and Kentucky, now you're sitting up here at 3-3, and you get into the toughest part of the schedule coming up. You got, like I said, I'm going to put the schedule on the screen in a minute. Next Saturday, you have a matchup with the number 20 ranked Florida Gators in Tiger Stadium. Then, of course, you have Ole Miss, who's actually playing pretty decent football right now. They're 17th ranked, and then a bye week, and then Alabama. You're in the meat of the schedule right now. Then after the Alabama matchup, you got Arkansas, who's ranked number 13. So I mean, the LSU Tigers are in trouble. They have to be able to put together some wins, man, real fast. But anyway, we're gonna bring in Uncle Mozzie to the show. Mozzie, man, first and foremost, welcome to the stream, bro. 42-21. This thing was done really early. LSU was never truly in this game, man. They never was truly totally in this matchup. First of all, welcome to the show, and what you thinking on it, Mozzie? Mozzie, can you hear us?
Yeah, I had to unmute my own mic. I mean, there's normally you take care of that for me, but I got you. The only thing I can honestly say is, unfortunately, it's Sunday and Chick-fil-A is closed, so I can't go and fill out the application for them to go to the old Chick-fil-A Bowl. I told you what this was going to be before the season even started. You had all of these unbelievable stats and about you. Everybody was so confident. I'm like, I just don't see the leadership. We don't have quarterback. Our running back situation was still up in the air. Our defensive situation, honestly, we thought we had that together, but as we can clearly see, we don't have that together. We went into the season seeing Derek Stingley Jr. win number 7. We went into the season understanding we had an elite transfer coming from Clemson as linebacker. We went into the season understanding that Bo Pelini was instituting, kind of the 2018, 2019. Let's attack the ball. Let's set the house on defense. So we need to understand them out, and she ratchet. It's like, no, I'm good on that, and that's what this is. LSU schematic. Yes, we did all those things in place, but the scheme itself was Joe Brady, and I mean, it spoke for itself. Kobe guys, we can sell shit. Absolutely no excuse for moving. So for me, I have the Chick-fil-A Bowl. But I think Alamo Bowl now, maybe, you know what? The R&L Carrier Bowl. At least that'll be in the Superdome, right?
The R&L, we went from the Chick-fil-A down to the R&L Carrier Bowl in New Orleans. Come on, Miles, that's a bit much. When you say, I mean, still in all, you've been absolutely right and exact with a lot of what you've been doing. To be honest with you, a lot of the conversation has been that, man, it's just. It's like a dead team in the water. The defense. Let's get to the defense for a second. Let's get to the defense. The defense allowed 330. Count them. 330 rushing yards on itself today. They allowed 3 rushing touchdowns on the ground, 3 through the air. The defense has imploded to a great extent. Talk to us about it all. The defense has to play better than this. It has to be able to stop. You can't let a team pile up 330 yards rushing on you. They were just annihilated in this game. Let's talk about the defense and what needs to be done to improve it.
Well, when you look at it from a defensive standpoint, teams get on real early, take answers, and they take a lot of shots downfield. So when you take these shots down the field and then you start punching people in the mouth, the defensive coordinator is kind of all over the place trying to prod and poke and kind of see what's going to work. Unfortunately, when you find yourself in that type of situation, it's almost like, it's a funny thing. I had a swimming pool a couple of years ago. A decade ago, I had one of those above ground swimming pools. So I had to change the screen and the filtration system. Me not knowing, because I never did it before, I go right out there and I don't cut the main water side off before I change the screen and I can plan it. I opened up the valve and all the water in the pool just started gushing in my face, and I had to turn around and run away and then regroup, see what was going on, and that. That's kind of what LSU needs to do. When you look at the game yesterday, how they managed to get that many yards is they kept fresh talent out. They moved the piece of the game really, really fast, and they never gave LSU a chance to figure things out. And they stay and they did a very important thing that a lot of teams do. They stayed with what was working. Unlike a lot of teams, it works. If you're running the ball and you're killing them, why would you stop running and start passing? Kentucky didn't do that. So for me, it's more or less say that LSU lost the game. I got to say Kentucky beat them. I can't take anything from Kentucky and what they were able to do. You don't get 300 rushing yards. That's like, you don't pass for 3 touchdowns through the air by accident. You have to game plan for that. This is an SEC school. Keep in mind, this LSU team can go to an E2 school or can go to a Vanderbilt or a lesser talented opponent and beat them by 4 touchdowns. So to get beat themselves by a touchdown is like insane. So Kentucky has been playing good football. So I'm not going to take anything from them because we've seen back-to-back weeks that I think the only unfortunate part is they put up a really good showing, and because LSU is so pissed off, I don't think it's going to help them with their overall ranking. But this is a great time for the SEC. LSU's just not at the party. They haven't gotten it yet. This is an unbelievable time for the SEC, and if this year continues as it is, this will be the first year that we can honestly say that SEC is like concrete evidence. Years past, you'll have the Ole Misses, you'll have the Kentuckys, you'll have these guys, and they'll come in at the low, maybe the upper, like the low 20s, 120, 19, 18, and they'll maintain that post for 3-4 weeks, and then they'll lose like the worst game ever. It's like, wait, how did you lose that game? They'll fall out of contention. That's it. It doesn't appear that that's going to happen this year with this line that we have. And that's an awesome thing because for the longest, we've been disrespected by other conferences like a lot more conducive and beneficial to my kids to go to another school at this moment with the current, faction that is the LSU Tigers football.
Yeah, this is very horrible, man, to be honest with you. Very horrible football by LSU. They got to figure it out some kind of way on a 2-game slide going right into the worst part of the season. Upcoming next is the 20th-ranked Florida Gators. Then after that, it's the 17th-ranked Ole Miss Rebels, and then they get a bye week. Then they come back against the Crimson Tide, currently number 1 ranked. Then behind the Tide, 13th-ranked Arkansas currently. So this is the difficult part of the season for LSU going into this, and man, very tough loss there. So much love to the fam. Appreciate y'all chiming in on this episode of Tough Tiger Talk. I think we definitely gonna come back. We're gonna recap the next matchup that'll be going down. We'll dedicate a show to that, and we'll open up the lines as well. Because Florida, that'll be an early game next week at 11 in Tiger Stadium. Man, they definitely need that game, man. They can't afford to lose that game. This is a tough one. 3-3 right now going into this thing, and Coach O, man, this could be problematic. But anyway, I appreciate y'all for joining us. Mazi, much love to you, my friend. Appreciate you for chiming in on this episode. Big ups to the rest of the Tough Tiger Talk family. Please hit the like button. Please share the show links with the rest of the Tiger Nation. There's a lot of frustration here because LSU is not living up to what they're supposed to do. So we'll come back and preview the Florida matchup next week, and we'll talk more about what happens, because really these next 3 weeks will be crucial to what goes on with Coach O, to be honest with you. No fire, no intensity. He's reserved at the press conferences. This is stupid. This is terrible. This is awful for them to be this bad, the defense to be that bad, despite the fact they put Durante on top of that. Shit, we might as well kept Bo Pelini if that was the case, if we were going to allow people to get 6 touchdowns on us, 3 passing, 3 rushing, and pile up 330-something damn rushing yards on us. Who you going to beat with that when you're allowing Kentucky to run at you for 7.3 yards per carry? Absolutely a joke. This epic level Rodney Dangerfield type shit going on here at LSU. But big ups to the fam. I appreciate y'all being here. And that's going to do it for the show. Mozzie, much love to you, fam. GM Kev couldn't make it today, but we'll be back later on this week, and we'll get the preview going for the Florida matchup. This is pivotal now going into the season. So much love to you guys, and we'll see you later. Go Tigers.
thewhothatdaily.com. That's right, thewhothatdaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who Dat and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, thewhothatdaily.com is your site. Thewhothatdaily.com for the sport Who Dat in all of us.
What's up, fam? This is Big Q from the Sports Coma. Much love to the family members. Appreciate y'all. The PRO Media Network is back at it again. Last year, we gave away several PS4s and games. So this year, we're raffling off a PS5. To enter for your chance to win, simply click the link below and fill out all the necessary information to be eligible. Sign up for the raffle. It's $25 to enter. You gain an opportunity to win a system, the PS5 system. Like I said, it's a one remote and everything in it that goes with the full system. These things are hard to come by. It could be yours. Into the raffle today, $25 get you in. There's also a deal when you buy more than one ticket to up your chances of winning. Jump in there. It benefits the platform as well. So feel free to sign up for the first annual PS5 raffle from the Pro Media Network. Thank you for participating.